SHIB continues to remain pretty lively at the edge of the top 20. It feels like at some point in the not so distant future, we'll once again see SHIB as a top 20 asset in the crypto market, and we'll discuss that in this video. But I do want to also talk about a structure that is currently playing out for SHIB, one that we have seen recently, one that actually led us to do some pretty exciting things in terms of price. But I also want to talk about actually something that's been very consistent since the beginning of August, as well as a few key ticket items that everybody needs to be aware of this week. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So what's interesting is when we look at this daily candle from yesterday, this is a nice bullish hammer candle. This again tends to lead us on reversals across the crypto market. Hopefully that's what we can turn this into. Understand that we started one of these back here on Wednesday of last week, didn't close that way, unfortunately. And obviously you can see the big red enveloping bearish candle just following this. This is our overnight candle. We're down about 2%. Right now, you're seeing a lot of red throughout the crypto market. That's typically how we started off on Mondays. I will say, however, that this candle that was created yesterday was all US money. Now we didn't have institutional money. We don't know what the push is going to be to start the week. And I do want to remind everybody that come Wednesday, if you guys missed my ADA video, that is our deadline for our government shutdown. So it's a little bit uncertain how the markets are going to act heading into that time. I would again expect some manipulation. Manipulation's been very prevalent on events that really shouldn't impact things much. I will say just a few historic things back in 2018 into 2019. We had a government shutdown. Didn't really affect the markets much, to be honest with you. We were very heavily in the bear market at that time, and we just kind of saw some chop. We did see a government shutdown avoided back in 2023, and that actually pumped the crypto market following that. That was kind of the kickoff for our bull market cycle. So we'll have to watch and wait and see how the market reacts to this. But I will say we did see a lot of short leverage liquidated yesterday, and again, this helped create this nice candle. We saw SHIB hit the highest level since Thursday. We saw us break above this longer term trend, and really again feels like we're just kind of putzing around and just waiting for a moment that we extend. And I will say right now, SHIB is actually creating a bit of an ascending wedge. Just so people are familiar, this is a bearish formation. Okay, ascending wedges are not necessarily the greatest thing. However, we have built these before and broken to the upside. I want to remind everybody what happened back here in June. We were building an ascending wedge, and then Shiba Inu kind of exploded out to the upside. I will say right now, we've seen a very consistent theme around the crypto market, and that is buying in defensive price and hoarding of supply. Okay, that has remained consistent. And in fact, I was looking at this in terms of SHIB. Did you guys know that every single week since the start of August, we have seen exchange supply removal to the tune of millions of dollars? So you're still seeing people just hoard exchange supply and just take advantage of these dips and opportunities in the market. And frankly, that's going to lead to a point where when the excitement is high, when demand is climbing, that's going to allow assets to go on some pretty exciting rallies. All right. Now, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice or anything like that. Simple supply and demand, if you want. I will say holders continue to climb. That's a very promising sign. You guys can see the track record over the last 2 weeks has just been slow and steady up and to the right. So that's a very promising sign. Ethereum back above 4,100. Hopefully we can hold this today, because obviously right now we're seeing a bit of red. We're doing a bit of a retest on this. BTC, obviously, we'll say well within structure, but actually technically broken out above structure right now. That is a great sign for the market. Gotta hold this, and this could provide a lot of positivity as the week progresses. Want to remind everybody as well, it's going to be a big jobs week. Okay, we get jobs data almost every single day. I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong on those days, but Friday is the piece de resistance. That is the jobs report. That is going to probably set our direction for the weekend into next week. It's what's going to be our big, obviously, Q4 kickoff, which hopefully yields us a little bit of positivity throughout the market. I will say, in terms of most assets in the space, we're still sitting pretty darn even here, 1.01. Okay, have not seen a huge surge in open interest, so betting isn't getting out of control heading into some of these events. So the market is kind of returned to a place of, again, calm and an organic nature. And what we, again, may see is a little bit of manipulation getting into those times, but it's calmed down so much. If you guys missed my ADA video yesterday, they actually did some revisions to the total overall liquidations in the crypto market. So Monday was actually the largest long leverage liquidation event in history. Last week was the largest long liquidation week in history. And it didn't frankly move the markets a whole lot. Obviously, SHIB came down from, what was that? 40127. It's not a huge drop. It's not what we saw back here in February. So that's, you're again seeing a lot more confidence in the market than what we've seen historically speaking. So especially here in 2025. So that's kind of where we're at. We'll see where things go as the week progresses, but love the setup. Hopefully the green continues and we'll see where we're at. But have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.